All right, so here we are now. So, just reminding, Gabi, what was happening before you arrived. Donatello, Sávio's character, after a very difficult day, he decided to take a shower, take a bath, and he's in his quarters, in his room, in one of the guest towers at Aegis Skyport. After taking his bath, he decided to go and look around a little bit in the room to see if he can find any interesting thing. But what happened was that his foot slipped on the floor and he fell down to the ground.
Ouch.
Yeah, it hurt, didn't it, Dori?
It's completed.
Right.
But
So what happened is that he's super tired. He went to sleep, and now he's in his third level of unconsciousness. Esther, your character, Gabi, you are downstairs, one floor below, because the guest house is divided into a male floor and a female floor. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you are directly below Sávio's room, and one thing that you can hear is a very loud
He's a Pinocchio's woodpecker. The snore.
It's like a woodpecker. Yeah, it's like
The cartoon.
a woody woodpecker pick up pow. Like a drilling. And the snore, you don't know that it's Donatello's snore, but well, you can hear it nevertheless. So Esther, you've had a very difficult day, right? Remember, this day, first of all, you arrived in Belladonna, right? Even though you are not in mainland Belladonna, you are at a little island very close to it called Aegis, the Aegis Skyport. Still, it's very high up in the air. The altitude is around 1,500 meters, 1,500 meters, 1.5 kilometers more or less. And also, you survived an explosion.
Right?
And,
That was insane.
And a man fell down on top of you in this explosion. So, not only that, after that, you guys were recovering and you decided to work like a Sherlock Holmes. Yeah? And there was a mystery to solve, which is to find the person who planted the bomb in the middle of Ages, which you found out that it was Bernardo Mamo, a young patrician, a young noble, son of the head judge of Belladonna, very important man. And this boy is like a 17, 18-year-old boy, teenager, actually. He planted the bomb that was desired as a terrorist attack, right? For catching up this man, you got, as a reward, each of you got a different, strange item. Donatello got a pocket watch, and you have sapphire ring. Right, Esther?
Yes, and I found out what the ring does. Enhancing. Okay, no spoilers.
You have found out, but you will find out even more afterwards, okay?
Oh.
Are you wearing the ring right now?
I put it on a chain to make it a necklace. under my clothes.
Right. It's more less suspicious, right?
Yes.
Makes sense. Also, you gotta remember that you also have some powers, right? Some innate powers. What are
Yes.
they?
One blue lantern wonder. What? Blue lantern? Why am I blue lantern?
I think it's referring to the glow of the ring. The
My
ring has
engagement
a glow.
plan. Oracle ability, depth of gratitude, lucky, eidetic memory, daredevil, and enchanting voice.
Mhm. Yeah.
Isso aí são outras coisas. Os seus poderes são as disciplinas.
Auspex, Dimension, and Obfuscate. And I have access to all of them now.
Well, these are the powers that come from the ring. Sorry, there are powers that come from the ring, but yourself you have some innate powers. One of these powers that you happen to use today was a sort of clarividence that gave you an intuition to find the culprit, right, of the attack, which was Barnado Mamu. So you also have some intuition helping you. But for now, you have your room to yourself. You are completely in privacy. What do you do?
I decide to start a journal. Get another empty notebook and start writing down everything that happened on the day from the moment I left the US, what happened inside the airship, to the moment I rested. Even relating things, what happened in the airship, the confusion that was caused by me, the explosion, what they told me, everyone's names, everything that it was extremely relevant, including the ring that was rattling.
So you get a little notebook that you brought to yourself.
Yes, and start
And
journal.
you start journaling. And it's like saving the game to you, right? It's like the moment when you put down everything that has happened in the last few days. And it feels there's this sense of closure, which feels a little bit like when you save a game on an RPG game,
Yes.
a video game, right? You put the pen down to rest, and you feel super tired, right?
Exhausted.
You look at the bed next to you. Does it seem appetizing?
Definitely. I would just go rolling, mumbling, and just falling on the bed.
The moment that you fall on the bed, fall down on the bed, you're in bed and you close your eyes. And just like Donnie, you really feel this thing pulling you. And you fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Now, both of you, Donnie and Esther, you are not Donnie and Esther anymore. After falling asleep, we transform. We're not ourselves anymore. So you live this existence, the existence that you know, your body, your feet, your hands, your face, your eyes, your mouth, they are not the same anymore. You first feel after this darkness, the first thing that you feel is the wind. And the wind is not like as it would be for a human. For a human, the wind is something that makes you feel cold or refreshes you. So it's mostly a temperature thing. But for the creature that you are right now, the wind is your road. The wind is the highway that you travel on. It means your freedom. It means the ability for you to get to places. It means everything. You open your eyes and you see that you are not Esther, not Donnie, but you are birds again. Just like in the beginning of our story. And as birds flying high in the sky, you come again to a big rock in the sky that feels super familiar. This rock is Belladonna. And you arrive at this land that seems completely natural to you because you're birds and you're flying in the sky. But to a human, it's absolutely unnatural. Donatello, how do you look? How do your bird self looks? Can you describe to me?
Sir, maybe a strange question, but can be whatever bird, whatever bird. No, 1 second.
Whatever bird? What's a whatever bird?
Any bird. Sorry, any bird. I don't know what have to me. No, sorry.
Whatever birds looks like it sounds like a nice name for a band, a punk band. Hey guys, we are the whatever birds.
It does sound like one.
Sorry about that.
No
But
worries.
we can be any birds.
Yeah. You can even be an angry bird if you want.
Okay. Probably a vulture.
A vulture.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe some old vulture. Black wings, black here. Sorry,
Mm.
and just a strange looking piece. So
Something like this, right?
yes.
So the vulture is a bird of prey.
Yeah.
All right. You look awesome, actually, and you feel awesome. You're flying, and you feel like you are the king of this land. Esther, or may I say, the other bird that is circling you, it's coming close to you, and you look at you take a look to the left of yourself, Donnie, and you see this other bird. This is Esther. Esther, how do you look?
I'm black. I'm a
Mhm.
raven.
Okay.
A raven.
Another bird of prey. Ravens
Yes,
are beautiful creatures.
I went with a raven more for the mythological side. because they present on memory and seeing past, future, and carrying omens.
Very well. So yourselves now, your bird selves, the vulture and the raven, well, they are circling around this area here. Which is very close, the birds are close to where your other physical bodies are. That is, the bodies of Esther and Donatello, the human beings. But Esther and Donatello, the birds, the raven and the vulture, they look at this and they see a mass of nows, right? The nows are circling this small islet, which is close to the bigger one. The bigger one being, of course, Belladonna, right? Belladonna itself is a massive land lying in the sky. Aegis, just a little dot. But still, it's very imponent because you can see the nows all around it, these flying, floating ships. And you see a few towers. These towers around the islets, they are military fortresses, and they are there to guard the whole island of Belladonna. So if there is even an attack, they will be able to defend the island quite well. Remember that the ships, they float because all of the island and all of the ships, the nows, they have this levitation force that propels them and makes them float. Sabino asks, why not an owl? I love owls. Actually, you guys can see that, but I have an owl tattoo on my arm.
For me,
Very
that's
well.
really funny. Nobody say Ben TV, for example.
Yeah.
No, but that would be weird. That would be a little weird and off character from both of us. It would be off character from both of us. It could be, but that would be very off character.
To be quite honest, I don't think the Bain TV would be able to get to Belladonna.
That high, yeah, it wouldn't. They are so small. Every morning, I have a BNTV visiting my window. Every morning. They are very small.
They are petite, right? Very small.
Yeah.
All right. So, Donnie, you are on Aegis. But remember, you are a king in the sky. So you can fly anywhere that you want. Is there any place here in the map that you would like to go to visit?
Well, as a king, need to be in the highest place. So for me, it's a really interesting local to look around and maybe just rest a little and look to people who doesn't know I'm the king yet.
So that's exactly what you do. You fly north and then northwest. And you follow the opposite flow of the river Oceanus. And what you can see around you is just grass and farmlands. This is the Belladonna Central Plain, and as the name says, it's completely flat. You can only see farms, grassland, and a few and lots of cultivated land. But imagine that this is a photograph, right? And in the middle of the photograph, you can see this big city. Now, the city, as you approach it, following the course of the river, you notice that from high up, it's very messy. It's not like Paris or maybe Florence. It's not exactly an organized and beautiful city. It is a mess. It's a mess of construction. Most of them look medieval. Some of them look very, very ancient, like from more than 1,000 years ago. And some others are more modern. This is the 20th century. So we imagine something like the Bauhaus architecture,
Yeah, you know.
Cubic. So it's a mix of a lot of things. And you can see that this city is in constant evolution. It doesn't look like anything else, really. Sitting in the middle of Astu, the capital of Belladonna, among markets, squares, shops, Christian churches, and pagan temples, synagogues, and mosques. It's a very multicultural place. You see a castle. This castle is the palace, Belladonna Palace, or Astu Palace, as people say more often. And it is the seat of the power. The castle, which has 4 large towers, sits in the back of the city, very close to a lake. And remember the photograph. If in the middle of the photograph you see the city, on the back of it, there is a lake. And even further to the horizon, you see a range of mountains. The lake is Lake Phreantis, which is a huge lake. And on the back, you have the Belladonna Highlands, which is a mountain range that divides more or less the third part of the island of Belladonna. This is what your bird's eye can see. The castle, it's night, right? So most of the lights in the castle are completely off, right? Everything's quite dark. But you can see one window that is lit, the light is on, and the window is open. What do you do?
I approach, not the inside, obviously, but just approach to a house parallel of that, specifically, that window, and gonna start to see what hiding inside of that house of that window. Sorry.
So when you are a bird, so you perch. Like, to perch is the verb that for the action when birds are standing on something. So as a bird, you are perching on the rails, on the frame of the window. And inside you can see that it is a large room. Your bird brain cannot comprehend it because you are a bird. Birds are not very intelligent, but your human soul, which is using this body, understands what's happening inside in this lavish, luxurious, large room in Astu Palace, Astu Castle. There is a woman laying on the bed, and beside her, there's another woman. These are Belladonna, the princess of Belladonna, and her maid.
Mm.
Your human soul has seen this face before. The face of Belladonna. She's dressed in a nightgown, and she has very red hair and freckles on her face. She looks very imponent, even laying in bed, But she also looks indefensible, a little bit worried, perhaps. The woman next to her, the maid, she's standing to her like a mother tends to a child. And she's standing next to the bed. But in a moment, she, after caressing Belladonna's face, she climbs on the bed and gets into the bed with Belladonna, and you realize that they are a couple.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's a very private scene, right? It's a very private moment, and your bird's brain doesn't understand that, but your human soul does. So, do you want to leave them alone, or leave, or do you want to stay a little bit more, Donatello?
Uh, sorry, I'm just like, because I think on think just made me sorry. But as Donatello, so I just watch a little and see what uh happened. That I just go back just as, but not totally. It's a private moment. Okay, it's obviously not correct to see what or watch, obviously. But what if they talking about something important or something can just affect him in the future?
So you want to listen to the conversation of Belladonna and her maid.
Yeah, just listen, not watching or something like that.
Sabino, roll the dice. Actually,
Oh God.
Sávio, roll the dice.
Let's see. Maybe mental.
I'll be back in a moment, okay?
Okay. Ay, ay. Let's see what gonna happen. Mental and psychic. Okay. Yes, I did. Lady just tell you guys what I was thinking about.
I knew the queen was queer. The moment teacher had said us on the first class that she refused to marry the only person that was left from her family, and he loved her. So I was like, she definitely doesn't like guys. That's the reason.
And it's a psychic and then cousin you're trying to hide. Okay.
No, not psychic, physic.
I was like, a moment. Maybe I don't think potency gonna help me this time, right?
Nope. It only would help if you somehow had like obfuscate, uh that thing that you don't have because you don't learn this discipline, or if you somehow got speed, that's another discipline, right?
Okay.
And it would add up on the roll, but not in this case. And I'm gonna roll against you the maiden's dice for her to maybe see if there's a freaking vulture on the window, you know. Go on, please.
Oh god. You really need to roll the dice?
What?
You really need to roll? Like
It's
yeah.
in this case it's roll against roll, so yeah, actually do.
Oh god, okay.
Yep, she still got more than you.
Yeah.
So as the maiden it's ready to say something to Belladonna, and she looks right through the window and sees a freaking vulture just standing there looking menacingly, you know. Then she gets up and catches a piece of cloth and goes like, go away, you know, towards your direction.
Okay. Oh yeah, okay. I just gonna fly away because well he's a future yet not a future human, so it's okay. It's really strange to talk about thinking rightly, but he just got away if that probably above of the room. Yeah, above the room. Well, he's not there yet, but I think he can still here, maybe.
You're
Let me
trying
just
to.
understand. He is the vulture is inside the room, but on the roof, on the ceiling. Is that it?
Not of the room. Outside of the room.
Ah, okay. So on the
Uh,
roof of the castle.
yes, trying
Okay.
to hear.
Okay, so since you're not close, the test is gonna be a little bit hard. Roll for me a mental and a psychic, please.
Thank God.
Yeah, they are rolling the dice virtually on Discord so that people who are watching this can understand. Okay.
3 hits because it
Okay, not so
was
bad. Not so bad.
no, actually you got 1 hit because it was supposed to be a hard test, right? Yeah,
Uh,
you got 1 hit. You're going to hear something, but you're going to hear like the wind is too strong towards your direction, so the words are not exactly getting to you. You're going to hear parts of it, just like they are suddenly cut by the noise of the wind blowing in your direction.
okay.
I don't know if the noise canceller cut that, but that was
Yeah, it the noise
yeah.
canceller got it.
Um, Well, what happens is that you will just hear patches of voice in the air, and you listen to a cold voice and a warm voice. The cold voice says, "Strangers are coming, and I am in shambles." And the warm voice says, "Yes, but don't worry too much about it, my lady. They are just people like you and like me." I am preoccupied because I have never spoken to a foreigner in my life. And then the warm voice says, "Fear not, lady. They're just flesh and bone." And then the wind gets too strong and you realize that the voices are gone.
Understood.
Okay.
Okay.
After that, we go back to our other bird, the raven. Raven Esther, the soul of a
Why
human.
my name is Brica?
Hmm?
My, forget it. Moving on.
Okay. So you are in ages, flying above it, but you are the queen of the skies. Where do you want to go?
My palace.
Where's your palace?
Actually, the Belladonna's palace. I want to see it.
Okay. Do you want to go to the old palace or the new palace? The new palace is the one that Donatello is right now. The old palace is just behind it.
Where's the old palace?
It's this part here, the Summer Palace ruins.
I want to go there.
Sure. You do the same trip, the same direction, northwest from where you are, following the current of the river Oceanus. You see a bridge between two cities. One of them, a huge, crazy mass of discordant buildings, which at night is not busy, but you can still see some lights on. And to the right side, you see Velcena, which is a smaller town, but quite beautiful. If you can imagine it, it looks a little bit like the city of Strasbourg. Strasbourg is a city in France, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the buildings are a little bit like this. They're called thatched roof buildings. And there is a big church with a spire. It is the main Catholic, the main Christian church. This city is the opposite of Aspen. Velcena is an organized, pretty little city. There is a difference though. Next to it, there are some naus, some floating ships above the city. They are resting on these poles. Like, have you ever seen a blimp? You know what a blimp is?
A blimp? No, I don't.
A blimp is just like this, the Goodyear blimp.
I know that by Zeppelin. I didn't know it was called blimp.
Yeah, the Zeppelin is a type of blimp, right? Blimps are the type of airship, and the Zeppelin is a type of blimp. So blimps, they have to be hoisted to a mast. Let me see if I can find a picture. So they have to be hoisted. They must be hoisted to a mast, or else they're going to float away. Nows are very similar. They have to be hoisted. So they can't just, park in any place like a car. They have to have the hoists. So in Belladonna, there's only one place that that nows can park, which is Velcena, the city that you're looking to your right side. And it is the main city. Velcena is the main city, the main headquarters of the Merchant Guild, which is the institution that is the navy, the military of Belladonna, and also the merchants, the commerce part of Belladonna. So they travel all around the planet, trading with all countries. And when they go back, most of them stay in places like Aegis, which is the main port, skyport. Or maybe they will go to other watchtowers, like the Western Watchtower. But the most important ones, let's say the flagship, the main ship of the Grand Maester of the Merchant Guild, they will be in Velcena. Okay, so you see a beautiful city, not very large but beautiful, and you see these ships floating, hoisted onto the masts.
Mm-hmm.
But then you follow the course, and you take a left here, and you are now in the lake. This lake is quite big, and sits behind the city of Astor. And behind the lake, you see the mountains. To your right side, you see these waterfalls. Water falling from the mountains, the Falls of Menle. To the left side, you see a very old watchtower that looks a little bit like something from 2,000, 3,000 years ago. This is the oldest building in Belladonna. But in the middle of the lake, you see what once was a beautiful palace, now completely in ruins. It's the former summer palace, and this is where something very bad happened more than a decade ago. So, do you want to approach this little island in the middle of the lake?
Yes.
As you get closer to the island, you see that around it, most of the trees were carbonized. Some survived, and you still see that they are standing. But the burning that happened years ago, that destroyed the palace, also worked as a way to renovate the land. So you see new vegetation growing, not only outside the gardens, but also inside the palace. So what would be a very ugly thing after the fire is now becoming beautiful, a little bit post-apocalyptic. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
So you can imagine this this palace, beautiful palace, medieval palace made of stone and wood, completely destroyed. There's no roof. The windows are gone. You just see the foundations and the walls made of stone. It was completely burned around 14 years ago, right? And as you can see from the image, yeah, it's surrounded by water. Do you want to perch in one of the in some part of land on some part of the building?
I would like to search first to scan from above the place of the palace, see if I can see anything shiny.
Sabino, can you give us a roll?
Please give me mental and psychic roll.
Let me see my points here. Mental is 3 and psychic, with psychics 2. So 5.
So since you got 1 point in no specs, you got 6 actually.
Nice.
So go on, do your roll.
Hmm?
Do your
Oh, I
your
thought
roll.
you were doing it on the.
No, you do it on the Discord.
That was naive. Okay. It's 6d10, right?
Yep.
Oh, come on.
You didn't got any hits, unfortunately.
It, 2 ones. That's absurd. That's just bullying.
Yeah, it actually wasn't so absurd since in the last two sessions you got a lot of things, right? When
No,
is on your side, it wasn't absurd, but when it's against you,
no. It's
Yeah.
completely bullying.
For some reason today the dice is not the god of the dice is not on
Yeah.
your favor, uh, guys. So what happens is that you scan around the horizon and around the building, but it's dark, right? It's the middle of the night, and it's just shadows. There's no light in the palace. But something tells you, maybe an intuition, perhaps from your not from your human soul, but from your bird body. This intuition is telling you to approach the palace, the former Summit Palace.
Well, I do.
When you get closer to it, you see that once where was a garden that was completely destroyed by fire, there is a little bench. A bench. Like for you to sit. The bench is black because of the fire.
Fire.
Right?
Mhm.
Do you approach it? Do you want to land on it?
Yes, carefully.
So the moment that your bird feet touch the railing of the bench, your human soul, which has a very strong intuition, captures a moment in time. And you go back to the night of the flame terror. Pam, pam, pam. Flame terror. What was that? That was something that happened in 1918 You are in 1934, so make the calculations. That's 16 years ago.
I'm not good with years.
With mathematics.
With mathematics, yes, but not with calculating years or time on general.
It's
Complicated.
34 minus 18. That's 16, right?
I think it is.
Right. So 16 years ago, what happened in this palace was that the royal family, King Menli, and his wife's name, the wife's name is, let me just check here. King Menli and Queen Kata. Queen Kata is the mother of Belladonna, and King Menli the father. So it was the summer, the beginning of summer in May 1918. And everybody in the royal family, that is the king, the queen, the two princes, Castor and Pollux, and Princess Belladonna, the oldest kid, they all got together, took a boat, and crossed the lake to the summer palace. So they left Astor to spend these 3 beautiful months in the Lake Phreatis in the summer palace of Belladonna, just like they did every year, from May to August, more or less. That night, the first night of the first day of summer, after a very fun day where Bella spent the day playing with her brothers, and the guests, yes, the royal family had guests. The guests in the family, right, were the chancellor, the future chancellor, and his family. Leon, who you know as now in 1934 as the chancellor, the vizier, the ruler, the governor of Belladonna, was a child. He was around 12 years old, perhaps. And he loved Belladonna, and he loved the princess. He loved playing with Bella. Bella was a kid, right? The child. She was around 6 years old. And Pollux and Castor, they were around 5 years old, a little younger. They're twins, right? Castor and Pollux, just like the stars.
Oh.
Yeah. So the scene that your bird eye can see now is of these 4 kids playing in the garden around the bench that you're standing. The bench color was red at the time, and where now is only scorched vegetation was a beautiful garden, very well trimmed, well taken care of. And when you look behind yourself, you see a beautiful, majestic palace. It's much more beautiful than the Astor Palace. The Astor Palace is a fortress. The Summer Palace is like a castle of Cinderella, like a Disney castle.
Yes, I know.
It's not a fortification. It's made to be beautiful in a pleasure house. The scene is cut, and now it's night. And you see the father, Menli, and the mother. And they are kissing Belladonna and kissing the boys. They're taking the kids to their room, the room of the kids. Just like in many houses, you have a room for the kids and you have a room for the parents. You see Queen Kappa lowering down and kissing Bella and saying, good night, my child. The king does the same, and Bella hugs Pollux and hugs Castor, her baby brothers. They kiss each other, and they go to sleep after the king tells them a little story, little bedtime story. So this room, there are 3 beds, right? One for each kid. An hour or 2 passes, and you see that Bella, a little child with red hair and freckles, is moving in the bed, and she's very anxious. She doesn't know why, but she's anxious. The 2 baby brothers are snoring very deeply and sleeping. Bella leaves the stands up and leaves the room, tiptoeing on her bare feet, trying not to wake anybody. She opens the door, leaves, and goes to the next door, which is the room of her father and mother. She's about to open the door of the bedroom when she realizes that from the keyhole, smoke is coming. The smoke coming out of the keyhole. Very, very strong, dark, black smoke. Also from under the door is coming smoke. So she realizes, smells the smoke, and she's absolutely frightened. She opens the door and sees that the bed where her mother and father were is on fire. The flames are very high. She doesn't know what to do. First thing that she does is scream. Ah! She's a small child, so her scream is loud, high-pitched. She screams and screams and screams, and the only thing that she can do is scream and put her heart out. She doesn't know what to do, just instinctive reaction. She wants to get close to the bed and wake up her father and mother, but the flames are higher. And she notices that the black smoke is taking over the room, and that she started to feel like going to sleep. And she feels like she's going to sleep. And everything's getting darker and hotter. And the smoke is getting thicker. And she's going to go to sleep for the last time. Boom. She feels a tug. And she just wakes up. And the next thing that she notices is that Leon, the boy, her best friend, is pulling her. And he's saying, let's go, now. And she just says, but mother, but father. And Leon is basically dragging her. She sees the young boy, and his face is completely, it's a beautiful boy, right? He's 12 years old, and he's going to grow up to be a beautiful man. But at the time, his face is completely clean. He just woke up, and he's got a dark hair, and you see a face that is going to be the face of a man that is going to be a beautiful man, a handsome man. But at that moment, she lets him drag her, and they go out. As they go downstairs, they notice that the floor, the upper floor where her father and mother and her brothers were sleeping, completely collapses in a horrible noise. When that happens, they just look around for a last time, and without thinking, Leon pulls her again, and they leave the palace. They go to the same bench, red bench, that they were playing in the afternoon. And they stay there in the garden, looking at the summer palace completely collapsing into the flames. You cut back, and you realize that you are a bird again.
A very overwhelmed bird.
She has seen things that she would not ever comprehend in her brain, bird brain, but your human soul understands everything.
Yes.
And just as that happens, you look back to the summer palace, right? And you notice that among the dark stone and the crushed rock and the growing vegetation, the bench lies there, still not red anymore. It's completely charred and black, but still there. And then you realize that you are not a bird anymore. And you have just woken up in the middle of the night.
I feel woke up from a nightmare.
Or a dream.
A really
The same-
strange dream.
At the same moment that Esther wakes up into her human body, Donatello does the same. And the conversation of the princess that he was trying to listen is just like a memory. You know when, like an old memory, you know when you wake up, I don't know if you guys have that, but when you wake up and you have like this very intense dream, but you wake up and it's like fading, like colors fading from a photograph. Has that happened to you ever?
Yeah, Jessica, I know what is this feeling.
So it's a crazy thing. It's the nightmare or the dream feels like a memory that is evanescing, that is going somewhere, not where you are right now. As you wake up, you see the first light of dawn, and it's the early hours of the morning. It's like 5 o'clock maybe, or something. And you hear the door of your room being open, and somebody's putting something on the desk of your room. Esther and Donatello realize that. Then they close the door, and you are again left to your privacy. Tony, what do you do?
In this moment, he just think two things. Oh, maybe another gift or invitation. Oh my God! It's a bomb.
He's traumatized with bombs, right?
He's not some normal guy, so Maybe. Maybe just a bomb. I don't know. But well, we can see a box, right?
It's dark, so you can't really see.
Okay. Um, I try uh, to like something like let me remember. I'm sorry. A match. Fire, yes. Fire and match. Just to light up a candle to see to what this thing near in the table.
So in Belladonna, 1934, electricity is still like a new thing, right? So not every place has electricity. Sure, the Astro has and the palace, but not the place that you are right now. And you get a match and you light a candle that is next to you. And with the red light of the candle, you can see that you have two things. A tray with breakfast,
Oh,
which seems to be some nice toast, eggs, and bacon. And next to it, there's a jar of coffee.
ooh.
And also next to it, there is a little folder with paper inside. The same thing. Sorry, the same thing happens to Esther. As you wake up, you notice there is a tray with breakfast, and this time it's not a toast with eggs and bacon, but it's a porridge and cereal. Very American thing.
Very adequate.
Quite adequate. Sávio has coffee from a mocha, which is very Italian. You see that they like to be good hosts, right? The Belladonians. Gabi, what do you do?
Oh, it's just a breakfast. I'll start serving myself. Although, hold on. What time is it again?
It's like 5:30 in the morning. Not only there is the breakfast, but also a folder with paper inside.
Oh, I'll take a look at the paper while I prepare the breakfast too. Set it on the table.
So, as you open the folder, you see two things. You see a map of Belladonna, exactly like this one, which now you have the possibility to understand the geography of the island. And you also have a ticket for a flight on the main now tomorrow that will take you to Belladonna mainland. It's a flight from Aegis to Velcena, the beautiful city of the Merchant Guild.
That's nice.
Sávio receives the same thing. Sorry, not Sávio, Donatello.
Mhm.
But there's one more thing in your packet. There is a letter. Do you want to read the letter?
For me or is there?
For Donatello.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna read that.
As you read the words, you first look like this.
Is it right?
You're 45, right? And your eyesight is not as good as it was back in the day, especially as you wake up. And then you realize, oh, and it's a letter from Agamemnon Orestes, who is the Grand Master of the Merchant Guild, basically the big boss of the Naus, at the same time the main commerce guy, the main capitalist, you could say, and the main general of the island. And in this letter is an invitation that says, I would like to invite you with another guest, another friend of yours, or another colleague of yours, Mr. Donatello, to dine with me, to have dinner with me tonight at the Merchant Guild Tower in Josena. So you got an invitation to dinner with the big boss. What's your reaction?
Oh my glorious God. Surprised. In the first, really thinking about it because, okay, why me? Exactly why me?
Mhm.
And think about it is a trap, maybe. Um,
You know,
yeah. Oh, holy cow! Oh, it's a real invitation. That's something thinking about, and probably here you go, because well, he's not the father of Bernardo, so I think it's okay.
Mhm.
And well, if he gonna start to think a lot of this, he's gonna have a headache. So he just relaxes for a moment and look at his food and quickly start to eat because well this day um, starts really interesting.
As you eat, you think of the day ahead. And as you are eating, and you're finishing eating, you hear a knock on the door. Pam, pam, pam. And then I think that's it for today, guys.
Okay. Oh god.
With another cliffhanger.
You see that I like cliffhangers, right?
Yes, you do. You
But
really do.
but it's really good cliffhanger, so it's okay.
I got used. But it gets us. Ah,